Hey guys, welcome back. Uh Happy New Year's, guys. Honestly, let's just talk. Let's just talk. I'm gonna talk about my year a bit. Ups and downs like every year, of course. Nose is starting to run a bit that cold. Uh, mostly about the channel stuff. So let's get into it. Let's talk about my year. We all know I had a pretty rough start to the year. Lost my nan in January. Lost my childhood best friend in February. Not just childhood, but he was my best friend. Like, and but he was my friend since we were like 6 years old. So, and I lost my baby girl, my mutt, my doggo, my four-legged angel now, my kindred spirit. And it was hard this year, Christmas time. Not having Nanny here. She's here for dinner. She wasn't here this year. It was weird. You know, kind of set a place for her. Still, not hearing her giving me that card with the money in it that she gave me every year that I didn't need. I told her that the card's just fine, but you know what nannies are like, at least my nanny. Merry Christmas, Weenie. I love you. And then going to her house for cards, New Year's Eve. No. So that was a little rough, but sorry. That was a little rough, but yeah. And not having Dan call me and what the fat man bring you, fucker? And then tell me what he got for his friends, his family, and stuff. Uh, and then Sadie, not having Sadie here. You know, I still hung up her little stocking. And sorry, I had to collect myself, guys. I don't want this to be a sad video. It's going to get into some good stuff here real quick. But, I hung up her little stocking, even though there was nothing in it this year. And I never she never got to open her stocking. She never got leftovers. No New Year's puppy kisses this year. No having me out at 6 in the morning in the freezing cold and ice and snow. That's a plus. But I'd do it all again for the rest of my life. I bet she'd be here. So yeah, so that was the start. But Jesus, it got it's still horrible. But I did have a lot of good things. Finished school, a vet tech now. I'm going to have a good job. Not that I had a bad job, obviously, but I'm going to have a way better job, better benefits, and retirement programs and things like that. So it's going to be great. And I get to work with, animals, but dogs specifically is my specialty, of course. And got to see friends or made new friends. Unfortunately, had to cut out a few friends. Comes a point in every person's life where you've got to make a decision, and and I love them to death. Don't get me wrong, but they just weren't going anywhere, and type of guys and girls that like to party every night still, and you're in your 30s and 40s. You're not a teenager or 20-year-old kid anymore. You've got to start, and they weren't, so it was just time to cut them out completely. And if it is to see this, not that I don't love you, I still love you, but you had to go, guys. Sorry, and got to see all kinds of family twice this year. Once, of course, for Nanny's passing, and once in the summertime, a bunch of them came down because my family's all over Canada and a few in the States. And of course, I got a few in the States because of the native in me. We're all on the East Coast, so I got family all the way up and down the East Coast of Canada and the States. So that was great. I haven't seen that some of them too long, really. People don't know, maybe you don't know, maybe you do, but I'm big on family. My family's big on family. That's why I'm big on family. And geez, wasn't long enough here for like 3 weeks, almost a whole month in the summer. It still wasn't long enough. I wish they were closer. yeah, so and new colognes. That was great. And again, yeah, so all kinds of good stuff happened. New clothes. Um, yeah, so all kinds of good stuff happened, guys. And let me start out with the channel by thanking you guys. Uh, you made this channel a success, a small success, but it's still a success. I'm making a little money at it now. Um, it still hasn't become a job yet. There's certain days where I don't feel like doing it, but I do it anyway. And I think you guys can tell because it's kind of, I don't have the same passion when them days are around. But for the most part, I still like doing it almost every day. I look forward to it. Um, and it's all because of you guys. And if you had told me a few years ago that thousands of people would want to watch what I have to say about fucking smelly water, I'd have thought you were nuts. Because when I first started this channel, this is the reason I first started this channel. I was watching some YouTube videos years ago, and a lot of them were very wooden. The reviews, they were very basic, to the point reviews. This is cologne A. It has notes of blah, blah, blah. You can smell these notes. It lasts this long. It projects this, and it costs this much. Helpful? Absolutely. Informative? Definitely. A lot more helpful and informative than me, but they were lacking something. And I knew there was a market out there, a niche market. Throw that in there. It's a niche market out there that would like the way I wanted them to be. I wanted them to be more personality, still about the product, but more about the feeling of wearing the product. There was no real nostalgia kind of guys. Like, I mean, I'm heavy into the nostalgia. You guys know that. I figured that was kind of missing. And just being a straight up goofball sometimes. That's, there was no, there was no personality. It was just kind of reading from a script, almost. And, well, that works. And a lot of people are way more successful than I am doing it that way, way more. But I target a smaller audience that had a need for some idiot like me to come along. And then nobody really, when I first started, was talking about clones. There was like a few Armoff and, there's a couple others, but it was mostly just a couple Armoffs. And any of the other clones were horrible. We're so blessed now with all these good clones. I'll get into that though. So I figured there's a lot of people like me who, at one point in their life, and still might be, and it's fine if you are, having a really hard time, but you still want to be able to at least make yourself smell good, look good, and feel good about yourself. And you're not going to be able to go out and get the Dior's, the YSL's, the Givenchy's, the Gucci's, the Tom Fords, the Mason Margielas, the Burberry's, even this shit like that. You're not even going to be able to get most of the Calvin Kleins and polos and stuff. So there was a market for that too, and I kind of combined the two markets in the way I wanted to try to do it. And I think I've been successful doing it. You guys will let me know, of course, it's the internet. But combine the personality with cheapness is the best way I can describe it. And it was hard at first because I didn't have a lot of cheap clones. I had nice colognes. So I ended up buying a whole bunch over the last few years, about 4 years actually, maybe 5 now, about 4. And I ended up with a huge collection of cheap, hit or miss. Some are good, some are bad. We all know that. But I'd come and tell you the truth, my feelings on it. Like I said, I'd give you the notes and stuff, but at the end of the day, I'd give you my feelings on it. It wasn't any good. Was it worth $5 or $10? Because nobody was really doing those $5 or $10 fragrances that I could find anyway. And I knew there was people out there that really couldn't afford this stuff, and I didn't want them to feel left out because I hate for anybody to feel left out. Maybe I've got too big of a heart. Maybe I'm somewhat empathetic. I don't know, but I don't want anybody to be left out. And you shouldn't be left out. If you want to smell decent, you shouldn't have to spend 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 400 plus dollars. You should be able to spend 5, 10, 15, 20 dollars, $30 and get a decent fragrance. And you can now. Which brings me to my next thing. First off, I want to say I'm going to go back to some of them older clones and cheap clones this upcoming year. I'm going to try to do 1 or 2 a week. Very cheap. The $5, $10 fragrances you can pick up at department stores, around here. Because I feel like I kind of abandoned them over the last year and a half. Not that I've abandoned clones, but I've been doing more Latafas and Hermoffs and Paris Corners and Milestones. That might still be a little pricey for some people. Or hard to get, more likely, too, because most people who are having money problems generally don't have a credit card. If they do, it's maxed. And you can't really walk into any store, at least around here in most parts of the country, and buy them. So you have to get them online. And most of them are about $30 to $40. That's still a little much for a lot of people. So, yeah, I'm going to do a couple, starting next little while, you're going to see a few more of the really cheap stuff. And I'll tell you if it's good or bad, I will. But yeah, I think 2023 was the year of the clone. Before then, you kind of just had Hermoff, a couple other about Hermoff. And then this year, Latafa took off, Paris Corner took off, Milestone is starting to take off. You got Fragrance World now, and all these other ones you can name, and it's great. I love it because you can get something very close, sometimes spot on, sometimes even better, for $40 or $50, where the original is going to cost you $400, $500 if it's a niche fragrance, or 150, 200, 250 if it's a designer. You can get it for 30, 40, $50. Absolutely. The economy the way it is, people need that right now. And I think you're just going to see 2024 and 2025, maybe even further, until the economy really starts getting back. And I don't see that anytime soon. These clones are going to become bigger and bigger and bigger. Why not? Right? So yeah, at the end of the day, that's why I started the channel, guys. And I thank every one of you for, like I said, making it a success. I wish I could thank every one of you individually, shake your hand, give you a hug, whatever you like. I'm not copping a feel. Yeah, I wish I could thank every one of you individually, but it's not possible. So take this as an individual thank you to every one of you. Even the haters, because believe me, I got haters. We've all seen that. And you haven't seen half the haters I got, because I usually manage to delete them before anybody sees them. But, yeah, thousands of people. And I just can't believe it. I mean, when I got up to 100 people, I was like, oh, this is great, man. 100 people, some people to talk to, give my feelings on. And I thought that was great. And it's like, wow, really? Makes me well up in a good way to think that you guys give a shit enough to listen to what some idiot like me has to say. Again, maybe it's that stupid big heart of mine. I don't know. But it really does warm me inside, guys. It really does. It makes me so happy. And that's why I'm going to keep doing it until I can't do it no more. Which is hopefully till the end of my days. I'm sure there'll come a point, like everything, where it just becomes not feasible to do anymore. But until then, I'll keep doing it and making some of you happy and annoying the other half of you. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hate watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for disliking. Thanks for comments. Like I said, thank you for making it a success, a small success, and hopefully 2024, it'll be an even bigger success, and I can do a little more things, maybe even travel a bit. for some videos and do some stuff like that. It's not gonna happen without you guys. You know, I don't beg, you know that, but thumbs up, like, share. The more you do that, tell your friends and family. Post me on your Facebook groups and your Instagrams and whatnot if you want to, if you're not embarrassed. I get it if you are. I would be too. But like I said, help me out, and the bigger I get, the more you get. So I don't want to be huge though. That's the thing. I don't want to be like, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, million people. That's just too much. Then it's just a job. But if I get a little bigger, I can do a few more other things. So yeah, guys, that's it. From me and mine to you and yours, Happy New Year. And I hope if you had a bad year, bad few years, whatever, I hope this year, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, it's just starts getting better for you. I like to see everybody doing well. Unfortunately, society right now is a little rough. We all know that, but it will get better. Take a little time, but it will get better. I believe there's enough good people in the world. Even if they don't know they're good people, I believe there's enough of us in the world that we can and will make a difference. It's just going to take some time. So I love you all. I thank you so much. I'll keep doing this. You keep watching. We'll have our ups and downs again this coming year, like every year. Hopefully, I pray to whatever God's universe, science, karma, whatever's out there, that I don't lose anybody again this year. But yeah, ups and downs. We're gonna have up and downs next year, guys, like every year. Don't let the downs blind you to the ups. You know what I mean? If I could get by the year I had, guys, everything. It's like life knocked me down. I went to get back up and knocked me down again. And then while I was down there, I started putting fucking hammer fist into the side of my head, but I still got up. I took the stand and ate. Let's go, life. So if I got through this year, you guys can get through anything. And yes, you're tougher than you think, guys. And you're loved by more people than you think. More people care about you than you think. I guarantee it. All right, guys. Peace, love, be good to each other. Happy New Year. And by all means, be good to yourself. Be easy on yourself, guys. Life is hard. That's what that means. Be good to yourself. Be easy on yourself. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be sad. Just make sure you grab onto the good things.